Okay, let's do this real quick. Of course, welcome to the Canadian Heritage Minutes in Review by me, Dix McTibby. Going off memory still, and without any kind of reference, both of you know I cannot read the world, right? That one. Yeah, the one about the education system, I guess, or for Irish. Like, the reason I'm reviewing it is because I'm not checking up on this stuff. I'm not looking at the facts. All I'm doing is remembering the Canadian Heritage Minute from memory and trying to explain as what I've seen it as most of my life. So this one, you've got a kid sitting in a room, and you've got the teacher there, and it's like, and she's like, it's a very difficult passage. It's from the Bible, right? So it's like, ooh, the Bible's fucking hard to read, was it? So everybody I know seems to have read it and goes on about it. So it's like, it's a very difficult passage. Like, okay. So as a kid, I'm like, okay, so it's hard to read. And it's like, and then you get the father standing there. He's all like, fucking, like, I don't give a shit. It's like, you better be teaching my kid later. You're gonna fucking get it, right? And that just seems to be his attitude towards it. And I mean, it's back then, so you never knew. And as a kid, you thought to yourself, it's like, well, maybe they laid into women back then. You don't know, right? So it's like, legit, the way he's acting is kind of like, well, you fucking better, you know what I mean? You're gonna get it, kind of idea. And so it's like, Jesus. And it's like, well, she said it was difficult, and she said that he's reading it. So I mean, like, obviously he's doing good for his dad. It's like, well, attaboy, right? And this is what I'm getting out of this so far. So then, she like, he's got Buddy there, and he's got the Buddy with the beard, and it's like, why don't you just read it then? It's like Mr. Clarence or whatever kind of idea. And it's like, oh shit. It's like, right? So so he's like, and he's standing there, and he's like, he's trying to get through the situation without ousting himself as not being able to read. But obviously it gets to the point where he's like, they're like, why don't you just read it then? And this kind of thing. He's like, both of you know I cannot read a world. The kind of thing, right? And famous line. Anyways, so at that moment they go into the fade thing in that little box on the screen, and then they go like, throughout blah 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 blah. Basically, what I took from it was like, so your schools were shit because you were mean to the fucking teachers who were pointing out that your kids were really fucking good at stuff, and you couldn't read. Like, as a kid, that one pissed me right off. It's like, you can't read and you're acting like a fucking prick the whole time. And this teacher works her ass off to get this difficult passage in your kid's head. Years later, I don't know what it was. It was on Comedy Central or something, or some CBC or something. I can't remember where the hell I found it, but I was flicking through the channels and I seen it. I was like, that looks a little different. It's the same one, right? It's the exact same one, but different actors and everything. And when he says that line, the teacher's like, well, no shit. I fucking lost it. That is hands down one of the funniest moments of my entire life when she fucking said that, because it's like the parody of it. Like, I had no idea that that even was a parody while it was on. It was like, until I clued in, right? Oh my fucking god, that was funny. It was just so shocking. Yeah. Anyways, love yous. See you tomorrow.